Welcome into Week 10, La Famiglia Mista Fantasy Football Breakdown. It's your boy, the Commish. I'm here to break down all the Week 10's action. We are ready to roll. We are in the last stretch of the season. League play. Let's start off with the battle of the roomies. First down, Cindy versus E-Money, the champ. Graham gets his revenge later in the year, 147 to 122. Graham got this done, 147 points, with his two best receivers on bye. A damn near 50 burger from Jonathan Taylor Thomas will do that for you. K. Willie also threw in 21 of his own. E-Money wasted a 36 performance by Jahmyr Gibbs and got this loss. Moving on to the next matchup, and that is Kingdom 719 versus Paul, and James got the big W. He was led by his duo of running backs of Kamani Vidal Sassoon and Breeze Lightning. Go Breeze Lightning, go, 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 go. Joey, I do that for you. That's your favorite movie. We know it. They both got 17 and 19 points respectively. Paul was disappointed by Bo Nix, who threw in 6 points, not enough. He also got 0 points from DJ Moore and 0.8 points from Josh Downs. That is way too much to overcome. Moving on to the next matchup, which is the biggest margin of victory on the week, and that is La Famiglia the leader of the family, 132, Hercus Burkus, 86. Siobhan got 37 points from Achan, and that was enough to let her breeze into victory. Garrett Wilson's injury killed John, but Parker Washington was the bright spot. He had a receiving touchdown and a return touchdown. Moving on to the next matchup, and that was me, Mikey D from Brooklyn, versus Team Vinny. I got lucky that CMC let all these other running backs eat this week. He only got 13 points, which is not a lot for CMC. He also got negative 8 points for Washington's defense, and that killed him. But me, Travion, my wayward prodigal son, has returned, came through with 27 points. Let's go, Travion. I need it. Moving on to the next matchup, and Chasing Brown Kids versus J. Lou, and we all already know how this matchup went. Logan with the W, but more importantly is what happened in this game. Logan finally played with Michael's penis, and as I've heard before, it was a little underwhelming. Only 10 points for Michael's penis. But he did get a big performance, 23 points from Seattle's D. So just to sum it up, Michael's penis, very disappointing. But Logan really got some help with the big D. You know what I mean? Jared had Adams, Algier, and Goff have solid games, but everybody else really did not show up. And now moving on to the last matchup of the week, the Toilet Bowl game. Porter versus Neighbors Deep. Joey versus Dom, and the final was 81 to 80. Tightest matchup on the week, but not very high scores. Jalen Hurts did just enough on Monday Night Football to get Joey the win, and nothing to spare. We will move on to free agents, and Siobhan picked up Joe Burrow. That's right, Joe Burrow may be back in a couple weeks, and Siobhan is preparing for him to come back. Jared got Tez Johnson, which I think is actually a pretty good player. Now let's take a look inside the numbers. Graham is leading the league in points scored with 1,165 points. In second place is Siobhan with 1,112. And I am in third with 1,104 points. Another look at some numbers is Paul beat me by 0.2 2-6 to get the victory over the median this week. Paul was the last one to get a win, and I took an L on that one. Now, let's look at the divisions. Let's start with the New Jersey side, where Graham is in a commanding 3-game lead at 15-5. And second and third are tied up with Siobhan and Eric at 12-8. Siobhan holding the lead with points scored. The fourth place team is Logan at 10-10, only 2 games back. And then John is 8-12, hanging on to some playoff hopes. And we know that Jared is 1-19. Sorry, Jared, rough year. Let's take a look at the New York side, and in first place is ya boy at 13-7 with a 1-game lead over James, who's 12-8. And to close out the household, Ilucci holding down that 3 spot is Vinny at 10-10. And then there is a 3-way tie for the next 3 positions between Paul, Joey, and Dom. In that order, because of points scored, they are at 9-11. Let's take a look at the matchups for next week. And we've got the leader of the family, Siobhan, versus Eric. The winner of that will break the tie of second and third and take a strong step to securing that playoff spot. Then you have Logan versus Graham, and Logan is lucky that JTT is on his bye. Logan needs a win to try and get into those playoffs and really try and upset the apple cart for Graham. And then we have John versus Jared. Can Jared play the spoiler and try and ruin the hopes of John making the playoffs? Now on the New York side, we have Joey versus Vinny, and a win for Joey or a win for Vinny will help secure playoff spots. There is 1 game difference between these guys. Joey could win and be in, and Vinny could win and secure a better spot. And I think we have, Paul versus Dom. And the loser of that game will undoubtedly be in last place. And the winner could be in the playoffs. And then it's James versus me, the 1 and 2 matchup. If James wins, he can be in first place. Unheard of, New York. I will not let it happen. You have my word. That's it for this week. Set your lineups. Play the games, have some fun. Good luck to everybody. Except you, James.